Hey there, besties. Welcome to Girly Pop Probs with K and L. We are your hosts, Kelly
and Laurel.
and we are so happy you're here. Hello, you guys. Happy Monday. We are back on this rainy Monday.
Yucky. It is
Yucky.
ick. Oh, yeah.
Well, we're seeing a little sunshine, actually.
Yeah, popping through a little bit. I did not know it was raining today.
Yeah.
I got in my car to drive here and I was like, whoa. Oh.
I knew it was supposed to rain, but I didn't think it was like the winds were going to be as bad as they were.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's calmed down. We hope that you are having a great start to your week. We have kind of been a little separated besides like Galentine's.
Yeah.
Just Laurel has been working. She's been getting back into the swing of things, of being a working mama. And then, you know me, working all the time. But yeah, I'm so excited to be here. I missed you.
I missed you too.
Speaking of Galentine's, I was just saying, like, we saw each other just a couple days ago for Galentine's Day. We hope everyone had a great Valentine's Day.
Yes.
We had so much fun at our party that we went to. Thank you so much, Jenny, for hosting us. It was so much fun. We like painted wine glasses and candles.
The candles were a major fail for us, but the wine glasses were fun.
The wine glasses were fun. But yeah, the other girls that were at the party, they like did the candles so well. I don't know. I think we just didn't have the patience because you have to like let the wax like kind of melt onto it and like let it harden.
I'm not artistic like that. I'm not. So
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, what did you do for Valentine's Day?
Well, Cody was supposed to make dinner. But he got home way later from work because he's on a new job site this week. He started a new job site. Oh. So in Ridgeville. And so it's like, that's like almost an hour from our house basically. And so it's just been a week. Anyways, they've been like kind of holding them there longer and stuff. So anyways, I ended up starting dinner because I was like, I'm not eating dinner at 9:00 at night. I'm just not, especially because we have kids there. Like I just, whatever. So I started cooking, basically finished cooking. And then he got home. He showered really quickly and then pretty much dinner was ready. I made steak and twice baked potatoes, bacon wrapped scallops, asparagus.
Girl, you went all out.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I wish I had an invite.
It's good. It was good. I still have some steak left over. I was gonna have some with like steak and eggs this morning, and I just didn't.
Yeah. Steak and eggs slap,
bro. But it was good. And then his mom came over and babysat while the kids went to sleep, and we went and got drinks. In like our neighborhood, basically. Pretty sure I got roofied.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, really crazy. By like a bartender, but I'm all good now, guys. Don't worry. But like the next day I was throwing up and like it wasn't like a hangover, you know? Like that's never happened to me before. Mm-hmm. But like 2 drinks is
You must have had like a weak roofie though to remember everything.
But I don't remember like after like, so what happened was like we had like 2 drinks, whatever. I go home and I was fine. Like nothing had hit me yet. Normally, like if I'm drinking, like I'll feel myself getting tipsy really fast or whatever, you know, like it's not like I don't get tipsy from 2 drinks though. So whatever, we get home and we give each other Valentine's Day gifts, whatever. And then I go hop in the shower. And while I'm in the shower, that's when it kind of hit me. And I started feeling like woozy. And I was like, Cody, like, and I like could hardly stand up. And then I literally like got in bed and was like seeing stars. And like, he was trying to talk to me, but like that, I don't remember. Like, I just remember him saying something and then me being like passing out. That's I was crazy. Like so dizzy, like when you have the spins when you're like drunk, but I wasn't drunk.
Weird.
And so then I was like, this is just weird. And I woke up the next day and I was like, I'm pretty sure I got roofied. And Cody was like, yeah, there was something not right.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know that.
I didn't explain the whole story.
I didn't realize that you like blanked out. I was like, because you were telling me about your Valentine's Day. I was like, gosh, she remembers a lot for.
Yeah, that was prior. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It hit me like an hour after we left that place.
That's
maybe like
crazy.
45 minutes later. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I don't know how that stuff works. Like some, I'm sure is instant, but like also it was like a woman bartender, and I'm just like,
well, remember, like when I got roofied, I'm pretty sure a woman roofied me.
oh my gosh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it was two ladies that kept telling me they wanted to take me back to their hotel in Myrtle Beach.
What the heck?
Yeah. So I mean, it happens.
At the music farm?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyways, we've gone to this place quite a few times, and now I'm kind of sad. Like, I don't want to go back. They have really good food, and like it's cheap, but like I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
blame you.
If that's what y'all do, and like there wasn't a lot of people there. There was no one at the bar that could have done it besides the bartender. You know, like you know. Anyways, I'm good, guys, but it was not a fun night or morning after all of that.
Yeah.
I was down bad.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was just like,
I'm glad you're at least able to like kind of rest. Like I know you had other obligations for the day, but at least you're able to kind of relax.
Yeah. I did until about like 12, so it's not bad. But.
Sweet. That's nice. You get to relax for a little
bit. Kind of. I mean, I heard my kids yelling in the other room, but you know. Anyways, it's Batch Monday.
Yes, it's Batch Monday. We are back.
What are we like thinking? Who do you like?
Okay, so I'm having a really hard time. You know, I'm really bad with names. So I just was like kind of looking up on my iPad, like people that I like the cast, because I literally was having a hard time remembering their names. Okay, so until literally this past episode, I really liked Rose.
Yeah.
And now I'm like not really feeling her anymore.
I know. Why would she say that?
Why would she say that? Because I really liked her, like their chemistry and her personality, and she's kind of like, and this is not in a mean way at all, but like a soft pretty. Like she's not like, oh yeah, I'm like out here and about. Like she's like, she's like soft pretty and like has a great personality. But then she said that, and I was like, why would you even?
I know, mention it.
Why would you even mention that? Like even if all those things were true, right?
Yeah.
Why would you even say that?
I know.
But I don't know who I like now.
Do you like Latia?
Latia, I do like Latia.
And the first girl that he went on the first date with, Alex.
Yeah.
I like her too. I feel like they have a vibe.
They do have a vibe.
But Grant, why is he singing in every episode? I can't.
I feel like this is a soft launch for when he like gets out of the Bachelor world. His music career.
He dropped his song.
Yes.
I'm just like,
I haven't actually listened to the song yet.
Me neither. I can't bring myself to it because also guys, like they're not doing The Bachelorette this season.
Okay. I want to cry.
I'm just confused. Like, what is going on?
Why are we taking breaks? What is happening?
I don't understand. Someone, don't know how true this is, guys. Don't quote me. Said that they asked Rachel Kirkconnell, but she said no.
No, I did see that.
But I'm like, who knows if that's true or not? But like,
but also I would say no too.
Same after that huge breakup, which like segues into like Rachel.
Yeah. So we talked about this, I think, before, like when they, a few weeks ago when they first broke up. But now that we've listened to like Call Her Daddy episode and like the amount of views that episode got, like good job, Alex Cooper. We need to give you some claps because the fact that you got her like right when, you know, I mean, it's unfortunate, like right when she was really in her peak of feeling that way.
And,
but you had everybody on the edge of their seat, like waiting. So good job. For booking that.
Great marketing.
I was actually listening to a podcast earlier and they were talking about how they tried to book, what's his name? Oh my gosh, there's one blank on his name. Matt. They tried to book Matt the same like time that Rachel got booked on Call Her Daddy, and he was like silent.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
I heard that he took a one-way ticket to Africa. And I literally saw that, and he's in Africa, like one-way ticket. Like he exiled himself, bro. Like
he said deuces.
I don't know. That whole thing is crazy to me.
Yeah. I feel so bad for Rachel.
Me too.
I feel like it's just is so weird how he ended it. Like out of nowhere, like all over the fact that, you know, she was upset about how like the food and everything went. And
he's like, you're just not the type of girl that like I want to marry. I'm like, you dated for 4 years.
Yeah.
You went on The Bachelor. I don't think you're ready ever to get married, Matt James, to be honest. So, shoe fly.
Yeah. Well, until you start kissing with your eyes closed, you're probably never gonna find a lady. The fact that Rachel put up with that, no. I couldn't. Dead. I'm sorry. Even if I'm on, even if I was like single and I was on like The Bachelor, like whatever the case may have been, like I'm sorry, I would not. If the man I was kissing kissed with his eyes open, it'd be a no for me.
A no for me, dog.
No for me, dog.
Speaking of Bachelor news, and then we'll jump into our episode today, but Katie Thurston used to be the Bachelorette. She was on The Bachelor, and then you promoted to Bachelorette. And she just announced that she has breast cancer. And we just wanted to say that we're going to send some prayers her way because that's really sad. And
yeah, I did really love her post, though. Like, she talked about, like, how she wants to be an advocate for, like, you know, pregnancy after breast cancer, you know, like life after breast cancer, like things that people think their life is over when they get things like that. And like I'm not excited, but like I'm happy to see that she's taking that positive turn. Like she wants to be an advocate for people that have breast cancer.
Same. And I'm just praying for her healing. And
that's so crazy.
I know.
And
she's engaged. And
she like just got engaged, right? And like
a little while ago. I know they're like planning. I think they're supposed to get married in April.
Yeah, it's like a quick wedding.
I believe. Yeah. I may be wrong, but I believe they're supposed to get married. So, either way, we're praying for her. And
that's just tough.
So unfortunate, but and she was basically saying like, no matter how healthy you are, like sometimes like the genes or whatever it is like happens, and it's like you can't control it, you know. And so, she said she'll probably be doing chemo and do a mastectomy. So anyways, if y'all want to follow along, follow her on her Instagram and just keep updated with her.
But anyway, so today we're going to talk about signs of healthy versus toxic relationships.
Speaking of you, Mac James.
Yeah, I was literally going to say, this is like an iconic situation. Like we were just talking about how terrible you are. I'm sorry. I'm a girl's girl and I love Rachel. Like, I don't know if you remember when like she was on the show, like I was obsessed with Rachel. Like I was always like team Rachel.
Yeah.
And so sorry Matt,
period.
Like that's all I got for you.
Period.
So have you ever been in a toxic relationship?
You know, I feel like
I feel like most people have.
Yeah.
And there's different levels to being like toxic. I can never say toxicity. Like I feel like there's different levels to how toxic your relationship is.
100%.
But yeah, I feel like most people have, and it sucks because sometimes when you're in the moment, you like don't even notice that you're in that relationship that's that nasty and toxic, and it takes like a super big thing to happen to make you realize that you're in that relationship and it's not suiting you.
Yeah.
Or serving you.
Yeah. It's I feel like also something that I've realized, mine was in high school, but like it was very toxic.
So was mine.
Yeah. And one thing that you realize is like as soon as you get like the ick or you like notice the toxicness finally, I feel like it's so hard to come back. Like you try to end it and then it's full force.
Yeah.
But if you're dating a gaslighter or a narcissist, it's very hard to break up with people like that. It is.
But yeah, because they just keep bringing you back to like the.
They try to bring you down and make
you're crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah. Or you're the one in the wrong. Whatever. So, anyways.
Yeah.
It's crazy. What do you think defines like a healthy relationship?
I mean, I think there's a lot of things, and I think it also depends on what you've come from, you know, and what your experiences are. But I think mutual respect is a huge one. If you're not respecting each other, you know, like what do you even like? What are you doing? You know, if you're not getting respect, even this is friendships too. Like if you're not getting respect from your friends or from your girlfriend or boyfriend or whoever, then I just don't even understand why you would tolerate it. But I guess sometimes it could be hidden under all the other things that they're not doing well.
Yeah.
And having like that open, honest communication about those things can also help. So if you feel like, you know, you're not having that mutual respect, speaking about it to that person could really help in the long run.
Yeah. Agreed. And like trust is a huge part of like open communication and like honesty too, is like, you want me to trust you, then you need to be honest. Like that goes hand in hand together, to be honest. And like sharing responsibilities, I feel like, because if one of you is doing everything and the other one is doing 10% or less of the carrying the load, that is going to cause frustration. It's going to cause resentment. And like I've been there, you know, and it's like there's ways to grow from certain things like that, but that comes with being honest and open.
Yeah. And it's not going to be a 50-50 all the time.
Yeah,
you
not
know?
every day it's got to be the same.
But when it's constantly 90-10 or 95-5, or you feel like they're not doing anything,
right,
that's can be exhausting.
Right.
But something I had to learn over like the span of my young adult into adult life is individuality is very important. And I think we've done an episode about this, like talking about individuality in relationships and stuff like that. And I think it just helps you grow as a couple and individually, and gives you that independence that you need. And you know, we were literally just talking about this last night at my work. A girl was crying because she feels like she never sees her boyfriend. And I was like, girl, I get it. Like, but trust me, one day you're going to be me and you're going to be like, oh, thank God you work tonight.
Yeah.
Like, I just want like my time, my me time, you know?
That's not saying like your relationship is bad or whatever, but it's like, yeah, you need your me time. If you guys are together 24/7, and I get it, some couples like both work from home, and sometimes you are just, or you work together and like that kind of stuff. Like, yes, it's going to drive at some point. It might not be a year, it might not be 6 months, it might be 4 years, where then you're like, oh my gosh, I need space. And then it comes out like really rudely or like whatever. And it's like the honeymoon stage though, where people are like the first couple of years especially, but the first year is like the most, where it's like, I want my boyfriend, I never see them, I want my girlfriend, blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, you do. And like, yes, building that foundation for your relationship is huge, but as me and Kelly have both been there, done that,
we've done it to each other.
We're like, we just don't see each other because we're like putting our partners, and it's like, again, yes, build that foundation, but your friendships are very important still. Your autonomy, as we've spoke about before, your individuality is so important. And you've got to be your own person on top of being together. You have to.
And like some examples of like having a healthy relationship, if your partner celebrates you, like big wins, little wins, all those things, and doesn't get jealous of your success, I think that is huge. And if you have a partner that is not doing those things, then you may have a toxic relationship on your hands, you know? And like letting the person, if they let you have your personal time, like if they give you that space, and don't make you feel like you need to be with them 24/7.
Yeah, because like having those boundaries for each other is really good. Like respecting each other's personal time and understanding like you deserve time, I deserve time. We deserve time together, but like you also deserve to go with your friends somewhere, or you deserve to go get in the bath and not be bothered for 30 minutes or whatever, you know, like,
And I think getting into a relationship, prioritizing your consent and your comfort is a great behavior to look for when you're starting out, and making sure you feel secure in that relationship, and making sure that, you know, your boxes are being checked and that you're including those boxes in that like checklist. Because, you know, when you're first dating or seeing each other or being friends, like we were talking about, we can relate this to being friends. Those are your moments when you can walk away.
Yeah.
It becomes more difficult later. So you'd rather try now.
Yes. And like, you should feel secure in your relationship without constant reassurance. Like, I get it. If you've been burned before, you've been cheated on before, like, I get it. Trust me. Mm-hmm. But if you're dating someone new and you're constantly needing reassurance of like where they are, what they're doing, who they're with, constantly, all I have to say is it's going to create a bigger wedge between you and your partner. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be like, thanks for the reassurance every single freaking day. They're going to get annoyed. And also, it's like, you should feel secure who you're with. If you are not feeling secure on what they're doing, who they're with, then maybe you shouldn't be dating them. And maybe you need time to heal. And obviously, I'm not saying that there's things going on. You can feel secure as ever and someone's cheating on you. Mm-hmm. But you will drive someone away if you're constantly needing reassurance. Constantly. Yes. You will.
Yeah. No, that's just as bad as like any of the other toxic things you could do. Yeah. But some red flags that we have discussed, that you could maybe steer away from if you find yourself in any relationship is like constant criticism, blame, if they're belittling you. Those things alone, I'm sorry, if you're belittling me and blaming me for everything, get out of here. Like, I don't have time for that. And it's okay. Like, if you see these red flags now, you can walk away. You know?
Yeah. And like manipulative behaviors such as like gaslighting, guilt tripping, you know, lack of accountability, which is quite literally blaming others for something that you've done. You cannot take accountability or apologize. These are red flags, y'all.
Yeah. Like, if bright red flag
early on in your relationship, yeah, they're waving it in your face and saying, get the heck out of here. And you need to get the heck out of there.
Yes.
Because it will get worse. It will continue to get worse. And even if they're doing it to their friends, it will be on you at some point.
Yeah.
Like, it starts somewhere regardless. And you might think you're in the clear because they're not doing it to you. Well, they're going to be their best self for you in the beginning.
Yeah.
After a couple months,
that's when they start to fall off a little bit.
Yeah. Also, like, if they're isolating you from your family and friends, and I don't mean like you as a girl being like, I want to spend time with my boyfriend and like, blah, 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 like, and not hanging out with your friends, like, yeah, still not healthy. But if they are like isolating you, like, you don't need to go to this party, you don't need to do this, we don't need to do that,
we don't need to go see your family.
Yeah. Red flag.
He doesn't want to hang out with your family, red flag. Unless you don't have a good family, like you don't have a good home life, you know, then they may be supporting that. But
that's control.
Yeah. If you have a good relationship with your family and you're like, oh, I want to go see my family, and then they're like, no, red flag.
Like, yeah, if you want to see your family every single day, yes, there's like,
right,
there's boundary,
but
like, y'all know what we're saying. You know, if this is a constant thing,
right, it's probably a problem.
Yeah.
And like she was saying about the accountability and stuff like that, that also comes with like excessive control and possessiveness. And that obviously is an issue if they're going to keep you away from everything else. And emotional or physical abuse. Obviously. If you're ever experiencing anything like that, don't be afraid. I know it's easier said than done. Don't be afraid to tell anybody to help you get out of that situation. Like what I was talking about earlier, we're girls, like, even if you need a friend to like to vouch for you or whatever, like, there's always somebody in your corner. You just have to find that person. And it could be somebody that is not like your friend, you know? It could be somebody that you met at work and you're like, hey, you know, like, can I talk to you about this? You feel like a safe place because you don't really know this person. You don't really know like anybody in my life. You don't know me, you know? There's always somebody there to listen to you.
Yeah, agreed. And if you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells to avoid arguments or avoid them like being, you know, a jerk, over reliance or codependency, where one person is sacrificing their well-being for the other, also a red flag. And kind of just as we've been saying, like all the toxic communication styles with like stonewalling, silent treatment, you know, yelling, name calling, arguments getting escalated so quickly, like these are all toxic.
Yeah, and
there's not like, just a one size fits all.
Right. And like withholding information, lying, dishonesty, I guess, you know, like same thing. Like if you're gaslighting them into thinking something's, you know, right, you know, like all these things are all signs of toxic communication. Yeah. Like, and you need to see that red flag and run.
Yeah. Now, how?
Yeah.
Can you have a healthy relationship?
Yeah. I think you can practice active listening, which is something I think everyone should work on, especially in this day and age that we live in where we're like all behind our phones, behind our iPads, computers, like whatever the case is. I think actively listening, which I've talked about here on this podcast before, like something I'm still working on, you know, because what I do for work is very like quick go. Like I'm not always listening to people. So then like when I get home and I'm like trying to listen to Tyler, listening to you, like my brain's going a million miles a minute. So actually like just putting everything away, focusing on the conversation, is good. Like, and I think actively listening can really help, and also actively listening to what they're saying. Yeah. You know, because that'll help you define if there's an issue, you know, if you're actually listening or not.
Agreed. And using like I statements instead of just blaming, you know. And as we spoke on setting boundaries, you can set boundaries in healthy relationships, you know, explaining the importance of saying no when necessary is huge, you know, like respecting the other person's boundaries, as we've said before. Like it's if you want respect in a marriage, dating relationship, whatever, a friendship, you need to explain your boundaries early on so they know. And you need to be firm with those boundaries. Like you need to be able to be like, no, you know, I don't want to do this.
You don't even need to give them a reason why.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it, that's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell them why.
Yeah. You have a boundary. Set it. There should be like no, you know, forcing of doing things. There should be no, you know, y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah. And I think it's okay if you ever get into an argument with somebody because of you told them you want to tell them no and why it's necessary or whatever. If you get into an argument, just take a break, walk away for a moment. Sometimes I do it. The bathroom's my place. Normally, if I like am in an argument with Tyler, I'll, you know, go to the bathroom, sit on the edge of the tub, just sit there and like close my eyes, like take a moment. It's okay to walk away.
Cool off.
Yeah. And you need to focus on the fact that you're just trying to solve the problem, not like quote unquote winning the fight. Yes. You don't need to have the right answer. You don't need to be the one that's like, all right, this is my way or the highway. If that's the case, it's toxic. And
been there. Yeah. Or like where I've wanted to win. It's like, no, but I know I'm right. And it's like, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, y'all need to apologize. There should not be I'm sorry, but if you're I can't stand when people are apologizing to me or apologizing in general. And they're like, I'm sorry, but no, there's no but.
No. Yeah.
If you want to say you're sorry, say you're sorry.
You're sorry or you're not.
Yeah, exactly. There's no excuse for hurting someone's feelings. You can say, I'm sorry, period. You can feel it in your heart all you want, but this happened, and justify it all you want, but don't justify it to the person you're apologizing to, because that's not sincere.
No, yeah, for sure. And I feel like I'm kind of guilty of that every once in a while. but I was trying to figure out a different word to say. But
I think we all are.
There's, like, do you mean it or not?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. And just, seek therapy, counseling for your relationship. If y'all are in a season where you might need some extra counseling, like, it's okay to seek counseling if you want to work on your relationship, marriage, it's okay. And that's healthy. It's healthy.
Yes. I feel like we live in a world now where therapy and counseling are more like, we're pro that.
Less taboo. Yeah.
Yes, it's less taboo. Like, everybody is in therapy these days.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's good. I think that you don't like dump on other people all the time. And you're really able to like think through your thoughts and stuff with somebody else. Kind of like I was talking about earlier, like if you are in an abusive relationship or something, like that's a easy person to talk to if you're already in therapy. Like if you trust them and all those things, like it's a third party that's not super involved.
Yeah. And if you are in a counseling therapy situation with your partner, like you will get tools from your therapist or counselor that can really help like succeed your marriage. Like you want to succeed. You want your marriage or relationship dynamic, whatever, to work. It's okay to seek that help and come out on the other side stronger, or you might come to the conclusion like, okay, this is going nowhere. We're never going to figure this out. And sometimes counseling also helps you figure that out,
Yeah.
Preferably before marriage,
yes.
But things happen, life happens, so hopefully that,
helps you draw the line in the sand. Just our little tidbit on like, healthy versus toxic, and we figured it because we just celebrated Valentine's Day. And I feel like a lot of people get into like these relationships last minute or get out of these relationships right before Valentine's Day, because they don't want to celebrate
Valentine's.
Yeah.
I did that. Yeah. With my toxic relationship.
That's hilarious.
I was like, I can't spend Valentine's Day with him. I have to break up with him. In high school, guys. And it was terrible.
I actually did. I think I did break up with somebody like the day before Valentine's Day in high school. I'm pretty sure actually that did happen.
Yeah. I mean, set your boundaries.
Yeah. Set your boundaries, girlfriend.
I don't want to be kissing on you and saying like, happy Valentine's Day, I love you, when you make me feel dead inside. Bye.
But
set your boundaries.
Set your
ladies, and meet some good ones because they are out there.
Yeah.
So happy Monday.
Yeah. We'll talk to you next week.
Hey Girly Pops, are you tired of your hair not growing, thinning out, or even just feeling dull? I have the perfect product for you. Hair oiling is so in for 2025, and Rejuvenique Oil is the liquid gold you're missing. Head over to my Instagram and message me at Jenny Lynn Hops, and we can get you started on your best hair journey yet.
Thank you, besties, for joining us. Go check out our latest TikTok and comment what you want to hear us talk about next. See you again next time. Bye.